Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. Quick one. This is a big mistake that I see a lot of setters make, and this needs to stop immediately. So if you're making this mistake, listen up. I'm gonna show you how to fix it. So, and subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. So anyways, and mentorship, you can apply it down below now. So with that out of the way, the mistake I want to talk about today, I've actually talked about it in a video I made a year ago, but I'm gonna remake it for those who are new, and that is, when you're going through and you're speaking to a prospect and you're going through trying to book them in for a meeting, in the qualification phase, which is like when you're asking questions, you're going back and forth, trying to see if they're actually good to hop on a call, you need to, when you decide what to say, you need to decide it based off what they last said. So what do I mean by that exactly? So let's say you're doing your qualification phase, you're asking questions. Let's say they're talking about how they need to run, how their marketing at the moment is kind of dipped lately. It's taken a hit because of XYZ result. Let's just say for this example, marketing slowed down a bit. If you're helping with marketing, if you're helping with Facebook ads, with organic marketing, with paid ads, whatever it is, this is just an example, okay? So take it and twist it for your own niche and example. But let's say for this one, they're struggling with marketing at the moment because it's slowed down. The holiday season, people aren't on their phones as much or whatever it is, right? So if they're struggling with marketing, what you need to do, the common sense thing to do, is to talk about marketing. They've given you a piece of leverage, which is like important information, ammunition. Ammunition for what exactly? Ammunition to book them in for the call. A big reason why they want to book a call is because you can help them with something, whether that's a pain point or a desire. Pain points and desires are leverage. If you have more leverage, if you have the solutions to their problems, or you have the bridge to get them to their desires, this is basic sales. But if your offer helps with that, and you have more ammunition, if they give you more pain points, more desires, then it's just more power to you for them, and more reason for them to hop on a call. So if they're talking about how traffic has slowed down lately, the marketing slowed down, you need to dig deeper into that. You can get more pain points. Okay, ask about the marketing. Oh, what do you mean? Like, what kind of marketing are you doing at the moment? How long has this been a problem for? This is sales too, again, but it's just applied the same way into appointment setting. So you can ask about that, you can dig deeper into it, or you can kind of go into the desire side. So okay, like I guess where do you want to see it go over these next couple of months with the marketing? Like, what would you like to see, or how much revenue, something like that, where you're talking about their desires. It's really up to you. You kind of have to get a feel for the conversation. But what you don't go and do is, let's say you have a script in front of you and you go follow it very rigidly, like to the point where no matter what they say, you don't even take into consideration what they last said. You just go ahead, copy paste whatever is said in the next thing, no matter what. You don't take context into account. Let's say the script next, like you're just gonna ask, I don't know, how many clients do you have in a moment, or something completely irrelevant to what they last said. Again, the whole topic and the whole thing I'm trying to drive home with this video is you need to be having common sense and just taking into account what the person last said, what the prospect last said. That way the conversation flows better. But if you're just gonna copy paste lines of a script if it makes sense, then go ahead. But the problem is when people just do it blindly, they just copy paste no matter what, not taking into account any context, any social calibration, any social intelligence, right? So if they're talking about marketing, don't go ahead and ask about something completely irrelevant, okay? Because that's just gonna throw them off. They're gonna be like, we were just talking about marketing, what does this have to do with what we're talking about? And then that just loses a bit of rapport, and then if you keep doing that, then you're eventually gonna lose the prospect, you're gonna lose the lead. Doesn't seem like much of a big deal with one person, which is fine. But if you keep making the same mistake and you repeat doing it, then you're going to be losing out on a ton of leads. And a ton of leads is going to lead to a lot of lost sales and lost clients. And that's going to lead to you losing out on commission, okay? So there's one simple trick. Just make sure you're taking into account what the person has last said. Or even, I'll do you one better here. Make sure sometimes you have to just scroll up earlier in the conversation and see what you guys talked about in the first place. Because, for example, what can happen sometimes is we forget. We're forgetful as humans sometimes, and you could have asked a question. Maybe you asked a question that was already asked before. So if you didn't catch on to that, that's only gonna annoy the prospect again, because they were like, "Didn't you ask that before?" Or is this like an appointment setter or trying to read off a script or what. If you already asked them what revenue are they at the moment, again for a business example, if you already asked them that and you go ahead and ask it again, that's going to be a bit weird, right? You wouldn't want that happening to you. People are just going to think it's an AI or a bot or an appointment setter. Okay, so don't do that. Make sure you, if at any point you're having a convo with a prospect and you feel like you're forgetting certain key points or certain things that might be important, you feel like something's missing, then scroll back up. It only takes like 3-5 seconds, but that's going to save you a ton of mistake and again, leaving money on the table here. You don't want to repeat things that you last said. Even with the follow-ups too, you don't want to repeat the same follow-ups over and over again. If you just keep spamming, because one of the follow-ups I do is like the upwards arrow on the keyboard, if you can find it, or a question mark. If you keep spamming upwards arrows or question marks, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to annoy the prospect. Okay, so switch it up. You can say the same thing but in a different way, and the most important thing is to basically have social calibration, have context, keep context in mind, and just go off what the person has last said. Okay, so that way the conversation flows, and then yeah, you get them in for a meeting and it feels very organic. Okay, not like you're talking to a script or talking with a script. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you enjoyed this video, share it with a friend. Again, one-on-one mentorship spots or group mentorship spots. We'll see how far this goes, right? A year from now, 6 months from now, this could turn into something amazing, something massive, which I have no doubt it will. But yeah, mentorship spots now open. If you've been binge watching the content, but it's still not helping, and you finally want me in your corner, me of all people in your corner, to help you out with all this in your situation, then don't hesitate. What are you doing? 2024 is coming up, so make sure you actually, this should be the last year that you're stuck in the same position. All right, so I know this year was the year I decided that would be the case. All right, so if you feel the same way, link in the description. You can apply, DM me on Instagram if you need to, and I'll see you in the next one.